and I thought, oh my God, another fire.
Residents in Edmonton's Macaulay neighborhood all too familiar with seeing this, remnants of a tent fire.
This shouldn't be happening in this country and this province with all the money that's floating around.
It's winter. It's not okay to camp.
Edmonton's police chief says they are a safety concern.
2 fires in tents yesterday too, and one was a blowing up of a propane tank that leveled several and a couple vehicles.
But why would someone choose this over a shelter?
I'll tell you, because I've been homeless several times myself, and I preferred to stay down in the river valley with cardboard on keep me dry and a blanket. I didn't get kicked out at 6 in the morning.
Neil Kennedy has housing now, but still checks in on those living on the streets and acknowledges encampments can be a safety hazard. What's the solution? Do you know?
House them. Come on. Wake up, Canada. House them.
The chief is hopeful a new provincial task force will find solutions to get people into shelters. But while City News cameras capturing crews dismantling an encampment Wednesday, over at City Hall, the budget for this work being discussed. Councillors continuing to fund the cleanup of the sites, but voting to reduce taxpayer dollars for enforcement, leaving that to police budgets. Councillors sharing in debate, they hope this sends a message to the province that they see housing as a provincial responsibility. And this wasn't the only budget line impacting police.
There's not a lot of waste in the Edmonton Police Service, contrary to what some people think. We're a busy police service. We're one of the busiest police services. As you heard, calls per incident, we're one of the lowest.
Chief McPhee saying even if it wasn't funded by the city, they have found money in their budget for a pilot project to bring cameras into police cruisers for increased accountability. One councillor says she declined funding in part because of a new funding formula.
Commission and the service have communicated really clearly to council that the funding formula is their preferred approach. So in my mind, I take that advice. I think that's what we're moving forward with, which is why we're not as focused on the service packages that are in the budget right now.
The funding formula gives a base of $407 million to police. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.